Welcome back. For weeks now, protests across the country have ratcheted up racial tensions and driven a wedge between the American people and the officers tasked to serve them. So was the brutal attack we saw on two NYPD officers a result of these escalating demonstrations? Joining us now is attorney Misty Marris and attorney Remy Spencer to have a law discussion this morning about this. And you look at these laws that were supposed to be enforced by the police officers. They're standing by the law. They have all of these protests wandering down the street with people yelling, "Kill the cops." What are police officers in those situations supposed to do?
Our police officers are charged with the responsibility to uphold and enforce the laws to protect all of us. This case is such a tragic example of a bad guy, a criminal, committing a terrible, tragic criminal act. I think that it would be short-sighted of us to say that the events of this nation in the recent past and the public outcry to what's happened with our grand jury system didn't have some impact on what this criminal has done. But it is in no way to suggest that there's anything that legitimizes his conduct.
No, definitely not. And the thing is, we cannot react to violence with more violence. This is just putting more and more tension in between the people and the police officers. These types of acts, this is a tragedy, and this should not be the way that we're dealing with the system. Everybody needs to be put through the grand jury system. A grand jury makes a decision. We can't take it on ourselves to go to the streets and try and get justice that way. That's just not effective for anyone.
The city functions well when you have a mayor at the top and the support of law enforcement. Do you think that the mayor is undermined this morning?
Yeah, you know, Clayton, you bring up a very good point. This is a time, especially now, that this city and this country needs strong leadership. We need someone who is going to work together with law enforcement to remind everybody, those good people and those who are going to commit criminal acts, that we are a nation of laws, that we are founded on the premise that we all follow the law. And when we have a mayor, as we do here in New York City right now, who is at odds with police, when we need that support and that connection more than ever, it's going to lead to more criminal activity, in my opinion.
We just can't have a fire being lit under people to take action into their own hands.
You have a mayor who put up a higher fence at his home and then asks police officers right before Christmas to go into terrible neighborhoods and to try to quell the problems and the violence in Bed-Stuy and Brooklyn. How do those two square?
You can't reconcile those two decisions of this mayor. It's an inherent inconsistency to say, I'm going to build with my limitless funds greater protection from the bad people, and I'm going to tell the police officers, you go out and you put yourself in further jeopardy. We should be seeing this mayor and the police working together.
Definitely.
I'm wearing blue today in support of our fallen police officers, and I know so many good people believe that the police need the support of our local and state government, and they're not getting it right now.
We definitely need the unity here with the government and the police officers.
You have the mayor calling on Al Sharpton, having this fantastic relationship with Al Sharpton. You have police officers at the Brooklyn Bridge protest being attacked. Shouldn't the mayor have come out forcefully then and denounced that violence?
Certainly, we need to denounce the violence. Listen, a peaceful protest, okay, that's a right, but to take it to this extreme, to be shouting, kill the cops, this is too much, and it's just inciting more and more violence and causing more and more of a rift between the police officers and the people. This is not the way to handle this situation.
Can this relationship be repaired, or does the mayor have to step down?
I think it can be repaired, it should be repaired, and if our mayor is smart enough to listen to his advisors, he will do his best to repair it.
We need to work together to repair.
I mean, you saw that video. You saw that video last night with the mayor going to the press conference, and if we have that grainy video again, he's walking down the hallway, there he is, and police officers turning their backs on him. Turning their backs on the mayor.
I think that they very much feel that he's abandoned them in this situation, and that's why we need to make sure that the government is supporting the police officers and working together to come together as a unified front to combat this violence, this violent reaction. Again, we just cannot take violence or take these situations into our own hands and go with violence into this. That's not.
And there's such a human element here right before Christmas. You think about the 13-year-old son, the wife, newly married, one of the officers, and a 13-year-old son a few days before Christmas, not going to have a father.
They're working overtime, maybe to buy Christmas gifts for their children.
They were working overtime.
Right, they were, but the sadness of this story is not lost on anybody. I know that. And we can't blame the mayor for this one person's bad act. context. We can blame the mayor for a lack of leadership and reminding and informing the people of this city the good deeds and the need for our law enforcement to work together with everyone.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you guys for joining us this morning. Thank you, Remy and Misty.
Thank you, Clayton.
Thank you.
Coming up here on the show, two heroes are